So Kyle and I do not talk ahead of the podcast other than to share topics. We try to make this as authentic as possible. We don't share picks ahead of time. We want to come on here and have a nice conversation about betting with Bearman. That being said, because we don't talk ahead of time, sometimes our picks are the exact same thing. So what my lesson that I've learned is I'm never going to allow Kyle to go first ever again. So even though I tee it up and I intro it, and the respectable thing to do is to kick it to my co-host, I may reverse that one day because he took my MVP pick. And not only did he take it, but he said it the exact same way I was going to say it, that I was going to go to the third man on the board because I didn't think the top two have good value. Do I think Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson can win? Absolutely. They've won the last two awards. But to Kyle's point, where else can they grow? Can they repeat their seasons? If Allen and Jackson repeat what they've done each of the last 2 years, they're going to win MVP again. But where the value is a little bit down on the board, and you're getting Joe Burrow, who I absolutely love this year, because if you look at the last, 7 weeks of the season last year, you can make the case that he was the MVP for the last 7 weeks of the season. Bengals got hot. Bengals made a run. Burrow's numbers were off the chain in a couple of outstanding primetime games. He was probably the best player in football for the last month and a half of the season. Unfortunately, the Bengals' bad start, horrible start, 0-4, cost him any chance at the MVP and cost the team a realistic shot at the playoffs. Do I think they can challenge the Ravens? I absolutely do. But I also think the Ravens are my favorite to win the Super Bowl right now. But I don't have the Bengals that much further down. I think the Bengals are a top 5 team. Their offense is incredible. Their defense is still going to be their defense. You know the news that was out this morning about Hendrickson missing camp. You're going to need to solve some problems on defense if Burrow is actually going to win this MVP. But we've seen players put up ridiculous video game numbers and have an average. It usually goes to the quarterback on the top team in the NFL. We know that. But it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for Joe Burrow's team to win 11 games, get a wild card spot, and him to win the MVP if he puts up video game numbers. The best case scenario is they win the division. If they win the division and get a high seed, I think he wins the MVP. Because like I mentioned, you mentioned quarterback award. It definitely normally goes to the quarterback on one of the top teams. Usually we talked about the old NFL with the top 2 teams get a bye in each league, one of those 4 quarterbacks. Now there's only one bye for each, so it'll go to a 2 or a 3 seed. If the Bengals win the division, Joe Burrow wins the MVP. And believe it or not, you can play that at DraftKings. You can play that at FanDuel. That is a prop market out there to win and be the MVP.